50,000 WWE fans are expected tonight. Reigns gonna go all out. Oh my goodness! Let's go, new champs!
Here's your viral moment, everyone.
Oh my God! It's corner time! Oh my God! Bucks again!
Were some of my posts misleading?
Oh no! Not tonight!
Yo, that just happened right behind me. What you think night 2 gonna bring? We ain't done yet. Not even close. Tonight we run it back. We run it loud. One more shot to shake the world. Let's shut it down the only way we know how. And lose our damn minds doing it.
I might surf in that corner, whoa. Hold on tight, cause I tweaking this new talent to go. And I heard that she wanna show, whoa.
No countouts, no disqualification. There must be a winner. Oh my God!
Let it go, like the money in my pockets blow. They had the competition, I really took in this, so don't know. Tell me what they talking about. I ain't listening. Let your thoughts run your mouth. They touching different things. I ain't from the South, but kick it with my Memphis twins. I can't take a loss. I'm always going for the win.
That's incredible.
Get out your cameras. You're going to want to remember this moment.
I might shoot up in that corner. Whoa. Hold on tight, cause I tweaking this new talent to go. And I heard that she wanna show. Whoa.
We're getting wild and crazy, man. Summerslam night 2, we out here!
Hey, this is WWE and ECW alumni, the Blue Meanie, and you're listening to PCW.
The question is, are you ready?
Let me talk to you.
I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can.
What do you guys want to talk about?
I am that damn good.
I am the B-E-S-T.
In the color red, in a world full of black and white, I am the eater of worlds.
Yeah, if you're some acknowledge me. The champ is here. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here.
Hey, yo.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling. I am your host, Wayne, also known as Semi-Dry Chicken, and we are here for Night 2 Electric Boogaloo of SummerSlam. That's right, we had to do a 2 episode for SummerSlam because it's now 2 nights. It's extremely long. They were able to gather a grand total of 113,722 people over the weekend. And we're going to get into that, but first, let me bring in my co-host.
Hey, made it bitch, hey, Usos now in your city. It's just me, okay. Day one, it's just me, Day one, it's just me, okay. Day one, it's a lot of them all up and knock them down like this. I did. Hey, it's on me now, Oos. Hey, I'ma get them all. I'ma get them all, Oos. Yeah.
Welcome back to the show, Oos.
Yo, what it do, PCW crew? Once again for night 2, main event Dre Uso is on your podcast.
That he is. All right. Let's get right to it, man. Let's bring him on out. Let's get him. Here we go. Where is he at?
You better watch out. Watch out. I'm coming. This is your last warning. You better watch out. This is your last chance. I'm coming.
Caution, it's Doyle.
Oh, it's me. It's a DOYLE.
What's up?
And hopefully my voice holds up because I'm a little under the weather, but I should be on the last day. But I hope. Hopefully we make it through.
You got that Summerslam flu.
Yeah, I got a fever, and the only prescription is sports entertainment.
Oh, if you got a fever, what a coincidence! Because the next pay-per-view is NXT Heatwave.
Oh, how about that?
I know, right? We're like already going into what, Clash in Paris? That's what's after Heatwave. Is this some rolling right now?
May we?
Yeah. I mean, SummerSlam overall wasn't bad. I mean, for 2 nights, not as much of a build up as we get for WrestleMania, which is almost like sometimes a whole year for some of these feuds. Like we said, this kind of felt rushed, you know, putting this card together. Some matches were built, some storylines.
It kind of reminded me.
What's that?
Kind of reminded me when a band releases a double album, right? And it's like, if I took half of the songs off the first album and half of the songs off the second album and made them one album, it would have been a great album.
Yep.
Right. That's kind of how I felt about SummerSlam.
That's a great way to describe it.
We could have made a great, like 7-match card out of these 2 nights, but instead we were kind of watering it down a little bit.
That's what happens when we chase the dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they had a couple more thousand night 2. They had, night 1 is 53,161. Night 2, 60,561. So a lot more people decided on those one night tickets they were going to go night 2. I mean, I guess that's just how it normally is, right? You're going to always go night 2 if you can only buy 1 ticket.
Well, I guess it kind of makes, I guess. I mean, one night 2 has the bigger main event that everybody that's really selling the show, the Cody Cena match. So it makes sense that more people are going to attend night 2 than night 1. I mean, that's kind of how WrestleMania always works, too. You have a bigger audience on the second night than you do the first night.
Yeah. So would you guys call this a success?
Say that again, I missed it.
Would you guys consider this a success?
SummerSlam?
Well, they would. I mean, they made more money than they've ever made before, so they would. And I think that's all they care about.
Yeah. I mean, WWE.
As a fan, I'm not sure. I mean, they're talking about Royal Rumble 2 nights, Survivor Series 2 nights, Money in the Bank. I mean, I don't know that I'm looking forward to that. You know, like WrestleMania being 2 nights, okay, it's fine. It's been a couple years now. I'm used to it. But I don't know if I need 6 weekends a year taken up. You know what I mean?
You're
it's kind of
absolutely right, man. That's a lot of
wrestling. It takes up your
wrestling.
whole day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of just fucks it right in the middle, too. You know, like, you could have plans, and you're like, no, I gotta watch, 2 nights of SummerSlam. And then, Raw right after that. And if I don't, I'll feel so lost.
Yeah. Well, it's like that with the whole thing. There's so much stuff. So much content. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, from the moment they announced that SummerSlam was going to be 2 nights, I was never opposed to it because I always felt that if there was any PLE that warranted 2 nights outside of WrestleMania is going to be their second biggest one, which is SummerSlam. So I never was opposed to it being 2 nights. And even after this, I'm still not opposed to a 2-night SummerSlam. But I do think they need to seriously evaluate how much more they want to push this 2-night thing. Like, I definitely don't think Royal Rumble needs to be 2 nights. I don't think Money in the Bank or Survivor Series or any of those need to be 2 nights. Nope. I think if you extend that to more PLEs, one, it becomes less special. And then it just clearly becomes about greed, which at this point we probably shouldn't be surprised by TKO, WWE pursuing greed. But did this live up to the 2-night hype? In that regard, I'm probably going to say no, it did not. Just because a lot of this, just as Doyle, described, a lot of this could have been left out. We could have had probably 1 night of a really great SummerSlam, but instead we got 2 okay to good nights.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that Sammy and Karrion Kross got on pay-per-view. That's objectively a good thing. But to what end? I mean, Kross, who the hell knows what's going on with him? It's just like it didn't do anything. It didn't serve it didn't advance anything, and this whole notion that, like, because it's a big event, we need to invent some monumental thing to happen, be it, shocking return, which we'll get to, or, the revelation that Seth's injury wasn't real or whatever. It's just like, sometimes, why can't we let the wrestling sometimes speak for itself and have a big moment that happens in the ring just be a big moment and let that be the moment instead of having to invent something else? Oh, wait, the match is over, but then there's all this stuff, it's like the Marvel, the after credit scenes that don't go anywhere. It's what the hell's the point? Can't we focus on the wrestling being the story instead of the thing that happens next being the story? You know what I mean? At least one of the nights.
Yeah, I get that point, and I do think if there's any takeaway from this or anything that WWE should take away from this is that if you're gonna have a 2-night show, it needs to really be worth it on both nights, and that needs to be reflected in both the in-ring product and the build-up. Because I think the one thing that this SummerSlam definitely suffered from was a lack of build-up. And that's just that's just the domino effect of all the PLEs that they crammed into May and June and July, having pay-per-views like every 2 to 3 weeks. That didn't leave you enough time to make a proper build-up for a 2-night SummerSlam. So you had to go off of shock value and returns and cramming stuff in at the last minute. Whereas WrestleMania, the build for that starts months in advance. They advertise it. They build it up that way. The road to WrestleMania starts at what? The Royal Rumble. Now, we're not going to go back and, relitigate how that buildup was this year, but typically in the past, it's worked. If they're going to do this for SummerSlam and have this 2-night thing, they need to consider following a similar path, a road to SummerSlam, and let that start with something. I thought they were on to something pretty good last year when they were when they had the King and Queen of the Ring, and that led to matches at SummerSlam. That seemed like a good foundation to build upon, especially going into this 2-night format that they were going to do this year. But they just seemingly, they still had it, but they didn't build on it. If anything, they took more of a step back with King and Queen of the Ring this year than they did last year. It didn't have its own PLE. It was just part of a show. Mm-hmm. And from there, it was barely even brought up anymore. So there's definitely, hopefully they take away some lessons from this and don't just look at, hey, look at all the money we made. Nothing to fix here.
Yeah. Well, another thing about this card, and I think I mentioned it on the last episode, is that the placement of some of these matches made no sense to me. This night 2, and we'll get into it, of course, I think 5 of the 6 matches were no DQ matches.
Right.
Or 4 of the 5, whatever it is. Like, why couldn't we spread that out a little? Like, And I mean, obviously, momentarily we'll talk about the triple threat to start the show, which is great. And luckily, didn't get into weapons use, but it's just like by the time that the last match came around, it was just like I've seen enough people get hit with chairs and get thrown through tables, and like we've seen that all night already. Like it stops losing its effectiveness, I think, if you load all the weapons matches together. So that was another oddity I found with the construction of the card.
Definitely crammed all the gimmick stipulation matches into this night and left night one bare.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. I'm looking in comparison right now. Just singles matches. Well, we had those crazy ass stipulations for Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross.
Yes.
Which did not come to fruition whatsoever.
All the stakes.
Yeah. All right, well, do you guys want to get into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into this sweet, sweet triple threat that we were discussing at the opening of the show. Go ahead, Dre. Take over.
Yep. That is what kicked off night 2, our triple threat match for the Women's World Championship with Naomi, the champion, defending against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. This match probably could have been... Do I want to say that? Yeah, this match probably could have been match of the night had it not been for the main event. This was a really good match that went back and forth like a mug. Everybody got their moments to shine. And we got a satisfying win from Naomi. Almost how I predicted it, but not quite. But she did get the pin on Rhea, a bit to my surprise. I think I had predicted somewhere that Rhea was going to have Io defeated, which she did. And I thought Naomi was going to take out Rhea and pin Io to retain. But instead, she just snatched up Rhea with a roll-up and held the tights and got the pin. So, one, we got Naomi retaining, which was good. I like that she retained and she wasn't treated as a transitional champion just to get it on a bigger name, i.e. Rhea. I'm glad that Rhea actually took the pin. That was good. Props to her. And we're also continuing the whole fact that Rhea has never defeated Io Sky. Mm-hmm. So this match was a win all around for me. I loved it. Where you at on this one, Wayne?
This is a great opening match. I mean, let's talk about how Naomi got, played in her entrance. Her father was playing the guitar.
Yeah,
that was awesome, right? Like, what a moment. And I was just, like, jamming out to it. I was like, oh, man, it's pretty good hearing it played live like this, normal triple threat matches, right? There's always going to be an alliance of some kind, right? And we did see a little bit for a short amount of time against Naomi. The odds were stacked against her, but just a little mishap and of Naomi ducking, and then you got Rhea, knocking out Io. But let's not forget, ladies and gents, this is a triple threat. So, everyone's to shock. Like, oh my God, now what? Now we fight, because this is a triple threat match. I'm glad the alliance ended pretty early when it did. We got to see Sky do a 619, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't see that coming. And it looks like more and more people are starting to use the 619. Maybe because Ray's just not around anymore, I guess. I guess it's open for other wrestlers to use. I mean, just these three individuals in the ring. They're very good. Very, very good. And they were able to keep us well entertained and pretty damn well energized at the beginning of the show. We got to see Rhea take... she took, was it Io to the top rope to do a riptide from the top rope? I thought that was pretty impressive. Io doing a moonsault outside of the ring. That was pretty cool. Typical heel fashion, how I saw this triple threat kind of ending. With, a roll-up, somebody doing all the work, and then the heel champion coming in and doing the roll-up. I would have done the same thing, right? Why not? So, Doyle.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all think that this match was wonderful. It was really good. I think Naomi definitely proved that she can hang with, Io. I think we'd be hard pressed to find or to say anybody's a better women's wrestler right now in the company than Io. And Rhea is in the top 3 or 4. Naomi proved she's right there with him. So yeah, that was good. The entrance was great. I thought. You said triple threat match, and there, all these no DQ matches. I'm glad they didn't go crazy with weapons in this one because we just saw so much of it the rest of the night. But yeah, I mean, they really did a lot of great storytelling. It didn't overstay its welcome like another women's match we will talk about a little later. Definitely did. I think it was like around 15 minutes, right? And I could have certainly taken another 15 more of these 3 going at it, but that was just about the perfect amount of time. Not too short, not too long. Too much of a good thing. It's definitely a saying, less sometimes is more. So yeah, definitely it kept the Io Rhea kind of thing hot. Somebody I think last time suggested that this go on for years, where Rhea just can never be Io. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it will be fun to see where they go with that. Naomi now is certainly been in the dirt seats the last 24 hours, 48 hours. She missed her scheduled match on Raw with Io that she was not cleared for. Now there's all kinds of rumors swirling that she may be out for quite a long time, and what is the reason exactly? A lot of pregnancy rumors floating around. Maybe not so cautious during a title run. But apparently Jimmy and Naomi are on Stephanie McMahon's podcast tomorrow, which I will never listen to, but I will read about it. I'll read about what they said. So maybe we'll get some answers there tomorrow, but some ongoing intrigue coming out of this match, and that's always good.
Yeah,
I'll tune into the podcast. I mean, the podcast itself isn't bad. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I listen to every episode. No, but if there's a guest up there that I'm interested in, I'll give it a listen. So, I mean, so far I've listened to the episode with her and Bianca Belair. I want to listen to the John Cena one. I just haven't gotten around to that one yet, and I'll definitely tune in for the Naomi and Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, I'll catch the highlights.
Yeah, because we're kind of curious what's going on with Naomi right now. If she's injured,
hey, plus just general interest. Well, for me, it's just general interest in them as a whole as well. Because
I think they're great folks.
Yeah, right. And it's not you don't get a whole lot of interviews with them like that. So I'll listen to a long form interview with a wrestler if it's somebody that I'm interested in or curious about, like. A couple of Chris Van Vliet episodes I've listened to. Like I just listened to the episode he did most recently with Ivy Nile. That was a pretty decent, good one. So stuff like that I'll always tune into because just another way to see another side of a wrestler or get some insight into them in that.
So looks like we have we have 2 green shirt guys now and a yellow shirt guy. The smiley face sitting in the front row. It's catching on,
green
gentlemen.
Shirt. We've got original green shirt guy. We got Wish.com green shirt guy. And we got Reverse Flash yellow shirt guy.
We're filled to the brim with green shirt guys and Americanos and...
Oh my god, yeah, the Grand Americanos. Yeah, so I'm wondering if tomorrow, Friday, during SmackDown, we'll get an answer of Naomi, what's going on with her, what's going on with the title, where we're going, for the next pay-per-view. So
maybe not tomorrow, but maybe Monday. If we don't get an answer tomorrow, if we don't get an answer tomorrow on the podcast, then I assume we'll probably have an answer by Raw on Monday.
Yeah, it's kind of unclear when this podcast was recorded.
That too.
And I mean, if I mean, they might have recorded the podcast. She went to the gym and blew her ACL out while working out, or she might have tripped over the cat. We have no idea. Or maybe she got diagnosed with some awful illness or some. We have no idea, and it's kind of silly and maybe even a tad disrespectful to even speculate.
But it does seem oddly coincidental that she has
podcast
that she's last minute pulled from Raw, and they just so happen to be guests on Stephanie's podcast that same week, along with all this speculation. And given how manipulative WWE has been throughout this year with everything, I mean, we can't put anything past them that this isn't all a ploy just to draw more attention to this podcast, which isn't really WWE affiliated. It's just Stephanie McMahon, but she's also the wife of the content creator. Or chief content officer. So we can't put it past them to want to do this just to draw more eyes to the product, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, also, Dre, we were talking about it off air, but I just don't trust him anymore. I just don't trust anything, Because 1 minute I'm thinking this poor man is out, his knee's injured, and I'm ready to go to bed, and then all of a sudden, burn it down! I just can't trust anybody, man.
Point of clarification: it is on the WWE's podcast channel.
It is
affiliated with them.
Okay.
It's not affiliated with them. Is not exactly true.
I mean, I didn't think it was like an official WWE podcast, but if it's on their channel, then I guess it would be. Because I mean, it has its own YouTube channel by itself, and I don't know that Stephanie has an official role with the company, so I just kind of figured it was her own thing.
But all of it's the Raw recap show, the Undertaker show, Cody's show. They're all under the same. They're all under the Fanatics WWE podcast network. I think it might be called Fanatics X WWE or something like that.
Okay, so yeah.
Sorry, I know it's semantics.
No, but that's valid. I mean, I guess there's a level of affiliation there. So, more fuel to the fire that this is
story or something.
Yep, that this is work. Well, not storyline work, but a real life work of
a real life work
of real life events, possibly.
Possibly, maybe, unless it isn't.
Yeah. And oddly enough, as I have the match replaying it while we're talking about it, I didn't even notice at first time that Naomi bit the living shit out of Rhea.
Yeah, she bit her damn
when Rhea
finger.
was trying to suplex her to the outside, and Naomi blocked it. Not by putting her foot on the rope to block it or using power or leverage. Nope. How'd she block it? Biting the living shit out of Rhea's thumb. That's a subtle nuance that I appreciate. That's like character consistent.
She really showed up to that match. Yeah, she really showed up to that match, and good for her. I like Naomi a lot, but I was a little afraid that she might get outshined by Rhea and Io, and I think she held her own. So good for her. I was happy to see that she did that.
Yeah, she was definitely not. There was no weak link in this match at all.
No.
So, and I've seen some people try to say that if Naomi is going to be out, that this is terrible timing for her because she's hot right now. She's got the best run of her career going right now as the champ and all that, which valid. But that does not mean that she can't come back and be, hotter than she was.
Yeah.
Right, because fans love a comeback. Fans love that appreciation, especially when somebody was doing really good and then something takes them down, and they come back and they're bigger than they were before they left. Think back to Triple H 2001 and how he came back, and countless other wrestlers. John Cena when he came back into the Rumble after tearing his pec, and
Cody after he tore his pec.
Right, Cody, when he tore his. So,
a lot of these guys, when they come back from injury,
there's precedent for people
bigger and
to
better.
Go down and come back.
Rollins had leukemia, right? Was out for however long and came back.
Yeah, well, Roman, yeah. When he had the leukemia and came back, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is... The timing, yes, terrible, because, yes, she is in a hot run right now. But by no means does that mean, she can't capitalize on it when she comes back and take it to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, we just have no idea. We can speculate. I mean, there's a lot of things that certainly look to pregnancy, right? But who knows? Maybe she could have fallen down the stairs. She could have been diagnosed with some skin condition like Raquel was, or we have no idea. We really don't.
Yep. All we can do now is wait and see.
The plot thickens.
All right. Moving on to match number 2. 25 years after the first, they decide to give us another table, ladders, and chairs match. But this time, double up. Not 3 teams. We got 6. Featuring the Wyatt 6. Defending against Andrade and Rey Fenix, DIY, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. And I don't think I'm the only one who feels this way and thinking that this was a great match with a terrible finish because the wrong team won. I'm not saying who the right team is that should have won. I'm just saying Wyatt 6 should not have retained. And I think that was reflected in the response from the crowd when they won. Because there was audible boos. And not that, the heels won boos. Because I don't know that Wyatt 6 is ever supposed to have been officially heels. They're just in that gray area. But fans definitely did not appear to be happy with the fact that they retained these titles. And setting that part of the match aside, other than that, the match was great. And we got crazy, over-the-top, wicked spots. Shout out to freaking Candice LeRae taking the insane spot off the ladder, through the ladder to the outside, and getting a gnarly bruise for it. I mean, everybody was putting everybody through everything they could find, hitting them with everything but the kitchen sink. Jumping over this, off that, through this, slammed onto this, slammed through that. I mean, they left it all. They ain't leave nothing else in the ring. They left it all there. It still just leaves a bad taste in my mouth because the wrong team won. Where you at on this one, Doyle? So where you at on this one, Wayne?
Well, first off, who did you really want to win then? I mean, not like after who we predicted. What's that?
Just play that off.
Yeah.
Not after who we predicted, but after this match, who did you feel? you want to win?
I don't think I predicted anybody to win.
Right.
In our preview episode, because it was just, I felt like it was too many teams to predict. And remember, I was the one going into this match that thought it was good, that was kind of down on it because I thought it was too many teams and that it was either going to be a great match or a clusterfuck. And I'm happy to say that it was not a total clusterfuck. But I mean, you could have made an argument for arguably any of these teams. Like Andrade and Rey Fenix are about as hot as they could be right now.
Yeah.
And have been putting on bangers. There's an argument for DIY, given that they've kind of been like the, I guess you want to say, vocal leaders of the tag division, because they seem to be the ones doing all the talking in the backstage segments.
Right.
There's an argument for Street Profits retaining their titles and getting, or not retaining, but winning their titles back. So, I mean,
there's a valid
I don't know how
argument
much of
for
an
just
argument
about every team.
Fraxium, they're exciting. You know, they could have been the underdog winners. Motor City Machine Guns, they're the veterans. You know, if you want to make them the 2-time champions, there was an argument there. But what the hell is the argument for the YS6 retaining? Now we're back in the same shit that we've been doing for the last couple of months. All these teams fighting again just to get another shot at the Wyatt Six. Same scramble that we've been doing for a while now. Eventually, it's going to get old and boring. And I think in this case, it's going to get old and boring really fast. They got to find some way to inject something interesting into this tag division or something to ignite it. They've been doing a whole lot of work, giving us an actual competitive tag team division that we are tuning into. But don't blow it if you just bog the titles down on a team that nobody wants to see hold them.
Right.
They got to find another way to make this more dynamic instead of just doing the same thing.
And I know teams like Axiom were big in NXT, a fan favorite, and they brought up to the main roster. And like you said, Andrade and Rey Fenix have become quite popular. So these are fresh teams, and even Motor City Machine Guns, like they were kind of fresh for me on this roster. But yeah, I don't understand where the Wyatt Six is. Are they just gonna take over the tag division? Is that just their thing? Is that where their stable stays? Is just the tag division? Does Uncle Howdy ever fucking wrestle again? Does Nikki Cross ever go for a title ever again? What's Eric Rowan doing? I kind of agree. I think the wrong team may have won in this match. It was absolute chaos from beginning to end. I fucking thoroughly enjoyed it though. Like, just off the hype of the last match being an opener, this was a great second match. There was a lot of people just standing on their feet during this match. It's typical. I mean, you got the numbers game here, so you see, one wrestler do a suicide dive. There's gonna be 3 others to follow. Everybody went through a fucking table, right? Not to mention, like every corner had a table laid out, which I thought was kind of cool. The spots they had there. You were talking about the anniversary of the last TLC match they had at SummerSlam. They had the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys in the crowd. They promoted their TNA match coming up, so I thought that was pretty cool that TNA got a little rub for that. And we're all WWE fans are familiar with the Dudleys and the Hardy Boys, so it's great to see them there. Probably great for them to sit here and watch this match. Plenty of Slim Jim tables got broken. Just everybody got to snap into a Slim Jim. I did see something kind of new. Andrade and Rey Fenix did it, where Andrade was standing in the middle of the ring and Rey Fenix jumped up onto his shoulders to try to grab the titles without the ladder. I thought that was pretty damn impressive. I guess the only thing kind of close to that maybe is with Chris Jericho standing on Big Show's shoulders to try to get the tag titles. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool spot. Also, the one with Ciampa hanging from the belt upside down like a bat. Woo, man.
More strength for days.
Damn, that was impressive. Scary, man. Like, I'm just like, as he's done, like, don't pass out, man. Don't let all that blood rush to your head and pass the fuck out. Like,
forget passing out. I was more concerned about not necessarily him passing out.
The rope snapping.
Right. I'm like, how strong is that?
Oh, God.
Is that strap that these belts are on and that cable? I'm like, boy, I hope they really tested that beforehand.
Yeah.
Or that thing is rated for a weight limit that vastly exceeds Ciampa.
Yeah.
When you look at it, it just looks like a flat gold. So I'm like, is that made out of some cheap aluminum? I hope that's steel.
Yeah.
Thing, but obviously it held them, and it held them easily. So thank God for that, because that could have been a disaster.
What a wild spot, and having basically everybody from their respected stables interfere, having the women interfere, having Eric Rowan, basically the whole Wyatt Six interfere, and that's really why the Wyatt Six won is had the numbers game at the end of the day. But I mean, yeah, dude, I enjoyed this match from beginning to end. Like I said, at the beginning, I think last episode or the predictions episode, I kind of wanted Rey and Andrade to win this, but it is what it is. So,
but thinking about the numbers game, does it make sense for the Wyatt Six to win the numbers game when they're facing 5 other tag teams?
Yeah, I know. You would think, right? You would think, hey, why don't we just team up against and take these guys
10
out?
other motherfuckers. They should not have the numbers advantage.
It's wrestling math, Dre. It's not supposed to make sense. Wrestling math never does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Good point.
At some point, you can only ask us to stretch our belief so far.
Speaking of...
I mean, I get it. Logically, it makes sense because they didn't come in until later on in the match and everybody's all tired and worn out. But it's still 10 other motherfuckers.
Speaking of wrestling math, did you guys
jump
hear...
the shit out them damn Wyatt Six and get them the hell
Braun
out of there.
Breaker's math quote the other day on Raw. He goes to LA Knight and Seth Rollins. He was... Or not... LA Knight and CM Punk, he goes, what are you, 40? And what are you, 47? That's 100 years old combined. Some Steiner math there. I thought that was pretty funny. And he yelled it. And he even had the mic in his hands, which I thought was even funnier.
Yep. Props to the cameraman for being right there to catch it.
Yeah. Doyle, what do you think of this match?
All right, now that I'm not on mute. Okay, I like this, and everything that I'm going to say from here on forward is probably going to sound like I didn't. I promise I did. So we said this was, 25 years since the original TLC? Unfortunately, it was 4 months after that phenomenal TLC, what was it, the go home to WrestleMania or the week after? And that only had
SmackDown match that TLC that they had, yeah.
That was so much better than this, and I think it had too many teams. For one, it didn't have very much flow. It just seemed like a stunt show. We were just going from viral thing or thing we want to go viral to thing we want to go viral to thing we want to go viral with nothing connecting any of it. Like that 4 corner spot where they had somebody on each corner and and somebody went through a table to the outside. There was a ladder set up in the ring and no one in the ring. Why isn't nobody going for the fucking tag titles while all this other shit is going on? Some of the wrestling logic was a little lacking, I thought. When there's so many moving parts, you can always have somebody going for the belts. But that being said, some of the spots were great. That Spanish fly through the table from the ring post was crazy. We talked about the Ciampa spot was fucking crazy. The Ray Fenix jumping up on Andrade's shoulders was great. So there were good things about this match, and it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I just wish that it had a little more connectivity to it, and it's just hard not to compare it to that incredible match from SmackDown a few months ago, involving the same teams. There was too much going on. I thought maybe if we had maybe had 3 one-on-one matches to get to 3 teams to this match, maybe that's a little more interesting. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. But I just thought that it lacked connectivity, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was more or less a glorified spot fest of a match, albeit very entertaining and had both those spots.
Yeah.
But there was definitely a lacking in some connective tissue. They could have maybe threaded these spots together or weaved them together a little bit more. Because like you said, the 4-corner table spot. Imagine the 4th person and how long you had to sit there and lay on that table and wait for your turn to get splashed on.
Yeah. Now, luckily, this match didn't have too much of oh, I've gotten to the second rung from the top of the ladder, and all of a sudden I forget how to climb a ladder. There wasn't too much of that, thankfully. That's like my biggest ladder match pet peeve, is when guys fly up and they get to the top and they, oh, fuck, I can't remember how to climb further than it. Luckily, we didn't have too much of that.
I can't reach.
Yeah.
I just can't reach it. It's right there, and if only there was more ladder for me to, like, really?
But yeah, I mean, definitely some of the bumps were crazy. You know, props to Candice LeRae for taking that insane bump. There were a couple flying fair spots that looked pretty dangerous. Who went, I think, Marciano hit Gacy, I want to say, with like a pretty nice DDT through a table on the outside. So there was some good stuff. It's just as a match, it didn't flow for me.
Thing that kind of wasn't talked about, that we haven't talked about yet, before the match itself, the fact that all 6 of these teams came out, and I don't think a single one of them got a pop or barely any reaction from the crowd, because nobody knows their themes.
Yeah, well,
they changed up Street Profits theme from something that may not have been great, but at least was known, to whatever that trash is they have now. None of the other teams that really have recognizable themes. DIY had a theme that was somewhat recognizable for a while, changed up. It sucks. Motor City Machine Guns, I mean, I don't say their theme is bad, but it ain't. I don't think they're hot enough to where people have gotten behind it. And then there's Wyatt 6, which your theme doesn't really hit like that when it's freaking high noon sunlight outside.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't really hit the same. So,
yeah, I will say wrestling during the day is vastly different. I remember there was a WrestleMania where we had Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker, and it was during the day. I was like, oh man, this does not fit. Just didn't work for me. But yeah,
but it is what it is.
Speaking of entrance themes, the next match featured a new entrance theme.
It did. A new entrance theme for Becky Lynch.
Which is
why
the song seems fine, and I'm sure it would be a fine entrance theme for someone else. But why, when you're one of the few fucking people that has an actual recognizable theme song, why would you use it? Even if you've had it for years.
Right. And I don't buy this.
Shawn Michaels has had that stupid fucking song for 30 years. You know what?
And it didn't matter if he was a heel or a babyface. He was coming out the sexy boy.
And the minute you hear the first millisecond of it, you know exactly what it is.
Exactly.
And Becky had one of those songs, and I don't know why the fuck he would change it.
Right, but like when Shawn Michaels' music,
whoa, Becky.
Right, when Shawn Michaels' music would hit, though, as a heel, we weren't all singing "Sexy Boy" out loud like the crowds are singing now. I think it's more or less that so the crowds aren't favoring Becky with the scene. Because
they'll still fucking boo her.
They still sing. They sing Seth's song. God, that was really hard to spell out. I mean, Seth's a heel. They still do his shit. You know, they sing Randy's song when he's a heel.
Right. Becky's been a heel with the theme she had.
Yeah,
and came out with it.
Well, she was the man. Yeah.
When she was the man, when she was feuding with Bianca. She was a heel, getting booed, coming out to her theme. It's her theme. It's Becky Lynch's theme. People identify it with Becky Lynch. The fuck you out here trying to remake the wheel for?
Yeah. And especially at a time when so few people, and just what you said about nobody knows, 6 tag games, you don't know any of their songs, right? Like at a time when so few, especially women, but so few wrestlers in general, have a recognizable theme song, and all just sounds like the same Jeff Rebel garbage. Why would you fuck it? It just makes no sense.
Get rid of one that works.
Yeah, it seems like such an own goal or a cell phone or something. It just seems unforced error.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys aren't fans.
You're almost like devaluing your own star. by giving them a terrible theme.
You guys are not fans, I can tell.
No.
It might be a fine song. I don't think they've released it anywhere, so I don't think you can even listen to it.
I tried
apparently
looking it up.
Like all kinds of apparently the lyrics are very personal and have a reference to her daughter and her father and Seth and this and that and the other thing, which is all well and good. It's just that you have this theme that everyone knows the minute it hits, and you shouldn't fuck with it.
That's nice. You know what you do with that? Okay, we're going to run this theme for a couple of weeks in order to promote this album that we have of WWE music. And then you go back to the shit that works. Right. You know, The Rock didn't always come out to If You Smell. There was a few weeks where he came out to some different shit, which as songs were perfectly fine. You know, there was the one time when The Rock had the song that Method Man did, which if you listen to the song, nice song, dope song. Meth spitting, beat nice. But they did it for long enough to promote that thing, and then we went right the fuck back to If You Smell.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a case of that, if you have some musical project coming out and you want to get this thing out there to promote that, I'm okay with it. But this ain't what that is. This is them just changing her theme for no logical reason whatsoever.
Well, I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, the song may be a fine song. That's not even an issue at all.
I know, it's just the fact that they changed.
Right, the song itself may be okay, but that's not that ain't the issue.
You know what? This could be one of those things where it doesn't stick, because a few months ago we had AJ Styles come with a new theme music, and I fucking hated it because I like the theme music he has now. And then a couple of weeks went by, and then all of a sudden he went back to his original theme music and it hasn't changed since. I don't know. Maybe you guys keep your fingers crossed. We'll go back.
He also had a fairly recognizable theme song, I think.
Oh yeah,
you know, if DIY got a new. Yeah, I mean, if I don't know, I'm trying to think of just a random person. If Austin Theory got a new theme song, I probably wouldn't even notice, and I wouldn't care because he didn't have an iconic theme song to begin with. It can only get better. But if you have it, you might as well hang on to it, I think.
Yeah, not everything. They don't. It's too much tinkering. You ain't got to tinker and fuck with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, change for change sake isn't always all it's cracked up to be.
Right. Tinker till you find something that works. Once you find something that works, stick with it.
Wow.
But anywho, we were talking about Becky Lynch because she faced Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship in a match that went on for 25 long minutes. Second longest.
Yeah, I mean, like I said about the three-way, it was at the perfect amount of time. Not too short, not too long. This, too long.
Way too long. This was the second longest match of the night. Like, why?
Yeah, you could have lost.
What about this match warranted 25 minutes? Oh,
and I love both of these girls, and I thought it was too long.
Right. I mean, we know, we've said it times. Yes, they can wrestle. Yes, they can go in the ring. Absolutely. But this match just fucking dragged. Like,
and especially after that car crash of a TLC match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this kind of brought me down a peg. It felt like this is just. Yeah, it was just too long, man. I guess it's the end of the feud match. That's what we're getting here. Hopefully. I mean, now she can't challenge her anymore.
Because Becky won, so Lyra can't challenge anymore.
Right.
And it wound up being Bayley costing Lyra the win because at some point during the match, while Becky was dog walking the shit out of Lyra.
Huh.
She was about to take her out with the crowbar, and then Bailey hops the fence with that lovely red outfit she had on, with them red velvet cakes in the back. And and Becky gives her the crowbar and gives Bailey a chance to say, yo, take her out. Meanwhile, Lyra's just laying there, folded up in a chair, around her neck, looking.
Yeah.
Making this thing. Oh, man, is Bailey going to take her out? Is Bailey going to take her out? We know damn well Bailey ain't going to take her out. And Bailey does not take her out and proceeds to start beating the shit out of Becky. And then, a little bit later, Becky inadvertently hits Lyra. Bailey inadvertently hits Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
Becky hits the manhandle slam, gets the pin. And the suffering is over and this match finally ends.
It had good stuff, I thought. I liked the use of the zip ties. That was fun until it wasn't fun anymore. And went on way too long. And B, her hands popped out. And then she put her hands back in the zip ties.
Right.
I don't know how you get
her. You're right. I don't know how you get out of that. Her watching her put her we can see you.
Yeah,
going back and forth is not hiding the fact that you're trying to put your hand back in the zip tie.
And in a day and age where they're literally showing us how they make the show now, why isn't somebody going, switch the fucking camera angle? Like, why aren't we show the crowd, show anything except her clearly out of the handcuffs? You know, like, what the how hard is it? Camera two, you know, get off of the close-up.
I'm personally over the whole zip tie usage. I mean, the last match we used them with was Jey Uso.
If you're going to use a zip tie, fucking zip tie somebody for real. Don't do this little bullshit like, oh, we're going to zip tie you, but they were going to leave them loose. Because then dumb shit like this happens and somebody's hand pops out.
But I know.
And then they have to roll around looking like a fool trying to put their hand back in or sneak under the ring and come back with, magically, my hand's back in the zip tie now. Zip tie motherfuckers for real and then come up with a creative way to get them out of it. Create the legitimate problem, then figure out the solution.
Also,
they had a whole toolbox at ringside.
Dude, I'm so sick and tired of the freaking
wire cutters in that bitch.
I'm tired of the toolbox.
So she's legitimately tired up, and then she has to find a way to get to the wire cutters. And hell, I would accept even the referee clipping her loose over that dumb shit they pulled.
Yeah, it's
fucking Michael Cole could have cut her loose.
When she did the belly to belly, that's when they came off. Also, we got to see the use of a crowbar. You know,
or if you're gonna have Bailey get involved, fucking Bailey cut her loose.
Yeah,
Bailey whooped Becky's ass for a while, and then grabbed the dice and snip, you free.
Yeah, this is why I hate zip ties, man. I just think they're fucking silly in wrestling. Like that and the use of anything in the toolbox. I never been excited when they pull the toolbox out. Like, oh, here we go. They're gonna get a wrench out maybe. Or a screwdriver.
Or you'll split somebody's fucking skull open.
Yeah, that too. Or they're gonna lift up this heavy ass. Yeah, that's what CM Punk was on, lifting up that heavy ass fucking toolbox. I'm like, no, there's plenty of other weapons I would have chose from under the ring. But apparently, we were using a crowbar. So now we're going to commit murder. And by the way, crowbar beats kendo stick every time. I did like the use of the chain wrapped around her mouth and then around the ring post. I thought that was pretty cool with the foot in the back. Of course, the many uses.
Yeah, that was definitely good stuff.
Yeah, I mean the typical match with her, just feathers everywhere all over the ring by the time the match is over. Right? And I kind of feel like that's how her matches go. They just wrapping up this feud, so I'm glad we don't have to revisit this for a while. I was kind of I don't know, man. There's a split second I was thinking that Bailey might have turned. Her and Becky standing there. I'm like, come on, why not? just fucking turn, line yourself with Becky. That'd be fucking cool as shit, right? We got Alexa and Charlotte aligning together. It was a weird pairing. Why not align Becky and Bayley as heels, right? And I was like, nah, okay, let's not do it.
2 women power trip.
Two women power trip, right?
Well, I mean, something's going on with Bayley after that promo Monday.
Yep.
Right? I mean, like, wouldn't that have been pretty cool? Like, oh shit, like, Bayley and Becky, like, these 2 women have, like, fought for years, and, like, now they're gonna be, like, a heel tag team. Like, kind of the opposite of what we're getting with Charlotte and Alexa. Like, not the face tag team of these 2 girls who can't work together. How about 2 heels that don't like each other? But, nah, I mean, you never know. But, yeah, there was an opportunity. Like you said, she's giving her that goofy ass look when her fucking half her body sticking out of that steel chair.
Yep. I wouldn't have been opposed to a 2-woman power trip. I think the women's division as a whole needs something. It needs something to. They need a faction, because right now it's just a bunch of women and occasional tag teams. I think the women's. I don't want to say they need a bloodline, but they need something similar. They need something that will rally the rest of the women's division to rally against.
Yeah, I agree.
They need a central antagonist for that division. I think that could inject some life into it. Not saying the division is lifeless as it is now, but something like that could really ignite the women's division.
Right.
If we really had a big time, if we had a big time women's faction, really,
not since Damage Control.
I don't think so.
Not since Damage Control.
But
they never really got over. Well, obviously they didn't get over.
Yeah.
They never dominated.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, they were a women's faction, but they didn't dominate. They were constantly losing to the bigger faces because Bayley was the leader, and she could never beat Bianca, who was the champion at the time and their primary antagonist. And then if it was a faction thing, Bianca just grabbed all the biggest names, and then they would just whoop Damage Control. Closest thing they came to being up there was initially when Dakota and Io were tag champions, and then when Io got the Money in the Bank and cashed in on Bianca and became women's champion, but they were never really dominant in terms of lording over the women's division.
Right. And then we got how we got the finish here. Bayley hitting Lyra and Becky hitting her finisher on her for the pin. And I was thinking, given the state of this match and being a no disqualifications match, you think Bayley would maybe have broken up that pin. But no. Oh.
Nope, no needs for it to. Because if she'd have broke it up, then that means gone on even longer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's all I got for that match.
Yep. If nothing else, we can move on to match number 4 of the night. And that was the steel cage match for the WWE United States Championship between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Boy, was this match a letdown. I really thought this match was going to go a lot harder than it did. It was pretty much just... Hell, the cage barely served a purpose in the match, honestly. For the most of the match, it was just a basic, regular one-on-one with occasionally somebody getting thrown into the cage. And then in typical fashion, here comes the MFT. Here comes Jimmy. Numbers game gets to him. Solo wins. And I don't like steel cage matches where you don't utilize the steel cage barely. Like back in the day, when you had a steel cage match, the steel cage was the weapon. It was a primary weapon. A lot of people would use that offense would involve the cage. throwing you into a cage, slamming you into a cage, breaking your face on the cage, all of that. These motherfuckers was just wrestling a regular ass damn match that just happened to be in a cage. Every now and then somebody would get, oh, we threw him in the cage. Oh, God. Yeah. This match was a real letdown. And then, of course, Solo retains when the tallest of Tongas comes and kicks to both of them, but both of them head in the door. But Jacob, the only one that got fucked up when he kicked it, because Jacob's head was exposed, and Solo's head was apparently protected by Jacob's hands because he was grabbing Solo by the head, or whatever the fuck logic they were applying to that. And Solo just falls out to win. And then they throw the minions of MFT and Tungaloa and the hell's that other boy name? Well, y'all know who.
Tunga?
No, not the tallest of Tongas. The other one.
JC?
James Franco or whatever the hell. JC Mateo. JC Mateo.
Yeah, Mateo.
Yeah. JC Mateo and Tungaloa. They throw them in there just to catch a post-match beatdown, which was completely meaningless because you already fucking lost. So what? You just gonna vent your frustration, and then we get the spot that should have happened during the match of him doing the moonsault off the top of the cage after the match when it's over. Like, the fuck's match made no fucking sense, and it was a letdown. It was this match should have been way better than what it was. Chime in, Doyle. Where you at on this one, Wayne?
I'm not muted, I'll tell you that. It's cool. We got to see him, Jacob, add something to his entrance, and that's he wears a werewolf mask, it looks like. I thought that was pretty cool. Integrating something new to his repertoire, to his outfit, to his gimmick. Man, I agree. I was very let down by this match. I am slowly becoming not so much a fan of steel cage matches anymore. I don't know. It's just something about, them just going, open the door, and I just gonna walk out to end the match. It just makes it so boring. It just makes it so boring for me. I just feel like at one point there was.
So now you agree with Jesse Ventura?
Yeah, I'm starting to, man. Like I liked when we had to either make them pin or submit, or we had to climb
over the top,
and like that's how it was in the video games back then. Like you had to climb up over and down, and your opponent would always be pulling you off, and these sick moves would happen off the top of the cage a lot because you're trying to get out. I don't know. It was more exciting. Like the crowd got more excited when the two wrestlers would be at the top of the cage fighting to get both those legs over, and having both of them touch the bottom. But now it's like, open the door, and it's like, I'm not as excited.
I think about the steel cage match we got last year between what was it, Trish Stratus and was it Trish and Becky Lynch? They had a banger of a steel cage match last year.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it was them. Right. Yeah, they had a banger of a match last year. This was not that.
Yeah, and not just the rules of the steel cage, but isn't the whole point of the steel cage is like you're locked in here with me? You're locked. The door is locked. We used to have a chain on the door with locks. I remember one time Mark Henry trying to break into the ring, but he couldn't, into the cage because it was locked, and he was able to break that chain off. That was a cool moment. But now they're not even unlocked. It's just just walk over.
A motherfucker on the side just holding the pin.
Yeah,
open the door. Okay.
And you can have the interference because it's a steel cage. So what's the fucking point? Like, just it should be locked, and like nobody should be able to get in or out. And you know, man, I the gimmick of this match is what's killing it for me. And these two just couldn't put it on. Just couldn't keep me entertained, man. Like you said, we got the moonsault at the end of the match. You know, and I get why, because you needed enough people to catch him, probably. That's probably why that spot was saved for the end. You know, but poor Jimmy.
It's not like they had the cage. It's not like they had the cage just for that spot.
Yeah,
and if you only have the cage for one spot, you don't need the cage.
Yeah,
exactly.
And instead of zip ties, we had handcuffs. By the way, that he was able to break.
Yeah. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
Handcuffed him to the top just for him to rip him off.
They couldn't spread this between the two days. Like, hey, we're going to use zip ties, and we're going to use handcuffs, and let's probably going to separate them and separate the two. Like,
man, yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, and they completely missed I guess the point of him being up there was for them to actually catch the moment where he breaks the chain by just yanking it, and then they completely miss it.
Missed it, yeah.
He's just up there dangling, and next thing you know, he's down, and you're like, wait, how the fuck did he get down?
Yeah.
And I thought the Tonga that slammed the cage was turning, because I thought he had Solo in it.
Yeah.
Because his head was right there.
He hit both of them, but one falls backwards and the other falls out.
It's just the way the match ends.
I thought he was hitting Solo. Yeah.
He just rolls out the ring. Just
right. I think it would have been a better finish if Solo would have got out with Jacob still cuffed to the top. That probably would have made for a better finish.
Yeah, a lot better. Way better. But no. Yeah, that's my opinion on that match, man. Like it was definitely a downer. It was not an upper for me. I was let down. And again, just the more and more of these dumbass stipulations, you know, slight changes can be made to this match to make it better. You know, the rules and you know, Jesse Ventura's kind of right. The whole opening the fucking door and walking out just seems dumber and dumber the more I watch it.
Exactly. And in case we were wondering where the hell this goes from here, apparently they're dragging Sammy into this shit because they showed up this past Monday on Raw and whooped his ass for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Talk about being confused as shit. He's getting his ass whooped. I'm like, what's going on here? What did he do? Why is this happening?
What did Sammy do?
Yeah, they stop. He's already dead.
Like, stop. Did he retweet something that they ain't like or something? Like, what the fuck?
Between him and Karrion Kross, man.
He's for no damn reason.
Sammy's just spending his Monday Night Raw is getting his ass beat. If it's not Karrion Kross, now it's fucking Solo.
In his home province,
I'm never opposed to a Sami Zayn ass whooping, but that one just made no sense.
In Quebec, too.
Oh, right. Man, like
beat his ass in front of his people.
Yeah, just like I can just hear like, you know, the writers just like throwing that idea by Sammy. It's like, listen, we're gonna have you win every one of your feuds. You're gonna go to the pay-per-view and you're gonna win the match. But every interaction in between that, you're gonna get your ass whooped. Like bad. Like real bad. Right. But you get to win the feud.
Win the match, wear an ass whooping in between.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I don't know. It was just weird to me. Like, he's having this match, and then of all people to show up and just start whooping his ass. Fucking MFT out of nowhere. Even, I imagine, I was surprised they didn't have him backstage. Something like freaking Kathy Kelly or somebody trying to interview him backstage. Like, Sammy, are you okay? And he just grabs my, the fuck was that about?
What the fuck, Solo? Like, we've been the bloodline together.
What did I do?
Yeah, jeez. Is this about War Games? Still? That was years ago.
Like, dude, let it go.
Let it go, man. Jeez, I acknowledge you. Jam. Damn. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you got any other thoughts on this match, Doyle?
No, I mean it's never good when the highlight of the match happens after the match. That's rarely a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, well. But you know what? If Sammy gets dragged into this beef with the MFT to keep Jay out of it so Jay can stay in the title picture, then I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be my final thought on this. So moving on to next match. Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. Now, whereas the last match was a surprising disappointment, this match was a surprising pleaser in the fact that, one, dope match, good match. AJ and Dom work really well together, but also surprisingly pleasing in the fact that Dominic Mysterio won clean.
Yeah.
No Judgment Day. No nothing. Pulled a little bit of Eddie Guerrero out of his bag.
A little bit.
Well, okay, a lot of Eddie was in this match. A lot of Eddie. I mean, the whole match, yes, was a whole
the
lot
whole
of Eddie.
thing.
Yeah.
A whole lot of Eddie in the match from AJ Styles, his entrance with the lowrider to basically a clone of of Eddie's tights from the SummerSlam, the custody of Dom match.
They did the shoe spot.
Yeah, he did the shoe spot that Eddie pulled on WrestleMania against Kurt Angle. So,
yeah, to throw the chair spot. Yeah.
A lot of homages to Eddie, but nevertheless, Dom still retained and picked up a quote-unquote clean win. And that surprised me, and I like it. Because he needed a good, clean win to, legitimize himself even further. So, chime in on this one.
I think we're looking at Dommy 2 belts because I think he's getting ready to win the AAA belt. Also, I guess that's is that Saturday.
Next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday.
Yeah, well, I wasn't surprised that this was a good match. I was surprised that it was kind of an Eddie Guerrero tribute, which was fine. I think it was a little heavy-handed. They could have turned that down a little bit, and I just think it would have made the spots they did do a little more effective. But yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun. I love to see the he hit me with the chair. No, he hit me with the chair. That stuff's fun. But like I said, just maybe we didn't need the low rider for AJ. I mean, that kind of didn't make any sense. Maybe we could have. I could have done without one or two of the spots or one or two of the things. Just in the theory that it makes the other things shine a little brighter. But yeah, definitely a fun match. Again, not too long, not too short. So, if anything, we could have maybe borrowed a few minutes from Liner and Becky for this one. Then we should have been okay. But yeah, fun match for sure. And I'm Dom just continues to improve. I remember the first couple times I saw Dom, I said, "What the fuck is this kid doing on TV?" He has no business being on TV. He's green as grass. He stinks. He looks like a dork. But man, is this kid's a joy to watch. It's really fun watching him improve. It seems like every week. And god damn, nobody's got that fucking shit heel character down better than he does right now. So good for him.
Yeah, definitely agree with all that. Man. 2026 could be his year. It could really, I could see it. I'm not saying he's going to be. I ain't saying he's going to win the Rumble in 2026 or nothing like that, but I can see him. I can see Money in the Bank in his future.
Yeah, he's going to win a world title in the next couple of years for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
He's like destined for it. He was born into this industry. I mean, the kid's been working with the company since he's 11?
20 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. I was surprised by this match, man. Yeah, I mean, it was such a uplifting match after the disappointing one I had before this. I agree with Doyle. It should have gotten a little bit more time. I mean, they had a little over 10 minutes. But I was entertained. And who penciled in Dom winning clean? Because not I. But I was impressed as hell. Like, okay, like, Dom can, hold his own. He doesn't need Judgment Day or, 3 Grand Americanos to save him every match, every time he has to defend his title. And, come on, it's against AJ Styles. That's nobody to, the sweep under the rug. It's AJ Styles. He's a former multiple heavyweight champion, former Intercontinental champion, United States champion. Like, I definitely think the rub was good for him for this match. And I kind of hope the feud's not over with these two. I want to see what else they can do. I don't think it is.
Yeah, AJ creeping was fun the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people were like, "Are you serious? You flew him all the way out here just to dress up like a janitor or something?" I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, he just made it funny. Yeah, just like every week, he was just like, stalking Dom, even though Dom's like, I have a doctor's note, like all the time. I just thought that shit was funny.
Which apparently was used to cover up a legitimate injury that Dom had. Apparently, he dislocated 2 of his lower ribs. How the fuck do you dislocate a rib? But
yeah. And I always
but that's
like
a creative. That was a nice, fun, creative use of storytelling in spite of an injury.
Yeah, and it's very rare that they do that. And I love that they do that to buy time and to keep that wrestler relevant and on TV. I remember like early, I don't know, like 2002 when Randy Orton had a shoulder injury. And to keep him relevant, they had the Randy report like every week. So every week you get like a few minutes of him just sort of promo about his like shoulder health and everything, and he's just snobby about it. But it kept him relevant, while he was out of the ring. I think who else did that recently? Was it The Miz had an injury and he like came in a wheelchair or something like that for a while and worked the injury, just didn't wrestle. I respect. Anyway, and Doyle, would you say that he might be picking up another title possibly soon at Triple Mania? Is that correct?
I think they're gonna do it.
Man, that'd be awesome. Yeah. I mean, we did not think that they would let a WWE wrestler win and bring over the TNA title, but they fucking did it. So now I believe anything's possible.
It's happened a couple times.
Yeah, and now that they own AAA, it's very possible.
Dom Dose belts, and like I said before, it sets up a very interesting dynamic because he is over as fuck in AAA.
Yeah,
and he's not as a heel. He's over as fucking babyface in AAA. So it creates a very interesting dynamic if you have Dominic Mysterio, the heel Intercontinental Champion, and Dominic Mysterio, the babyface AAA World Champion. That creates a very interesting dynamic that they could tell on TV of him trying to balance the two personas that he would have to portray or that exist within him. And that would be a good way. Right. And it would be a good way of how you can transition him into being a babyface on the main WWE roster.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody tries to, downplay the AAA title or, like the Intercontinental Champion, that's the real belt. Yeah, anybody worry about that little toy belt, and then he gets offended by it. Like, no, don't disrespect this belt.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I hope they go down that route because I want to see that dynamic and I want to see that storytelling play out.
Mm-hmm. I did like.
It also might be a fun way. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Wayne.
I was gonna say I like how we also got the. We mentioned the chair spot where they fake that they got hit with the chair and how AJ kind of turned that on him and he wore the chair so it looked like he got hit. Dude, like 20 years later, and that joke is still funny every time I see it. Like, especially when a wrestler does get away with it, like it's just funny, it's clever. It's just, I don't know. You can use it anytime. I'm still gonna like it. Go ahead, Doyle.
Oh, I was going to say, it might be back to the AAA title. It might be a fun way to put it on Ray, because I don't believe, has ever held it. But that kind of throws the getting him over as a babyface theory out the window.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure at some point they might put that title on Ray just because.
Just because I never had it.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Any other thoughts on this match? Or
no, I mean,
Dom or AJ's future moving forward?
I don't think the feud's over. I don't think we're done yet. I mean, he got away with it.
I could be either way on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would not be opposed to this feud continuing, but with Dom getting a clean win, I don't see much reason for it to continue either. So, I'm good. I'm good either way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Dom's got a lot of stuff going on between the AAA stuff and the Judgment Day drama and this AJ feud. You know, something probably, you know, one of the stories probably is time to wrap it up. And it seems like the AAA thing is just starting, so it's not going to be that. It's not going to be the Judgment Day stuff because that's been going on since time began, it seems like.
Right.
So something's going to give this probably going to be the AJ feud, but we'll see what happens.
Yep. All right. We ready to talk about this match of the year candidate main event?
Go for it.
Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. A match that went on for 37, damn near 38 minutes and was a absolute banger of a match. This is the type of main event that you're supposed to get. This is the match we should have gotten at WrestleMania. They damn sure made up for it in this one. This was a main event, all caps in every sense of the word, that you're supposed to get. So I'm glad that they gave us that. But Cody Rhodes won. Defeated John Cena to become a now two-time WWE champion, which apparently they have now finally dropped the Undisputed from it. I think I've seen some people showing like some screenshots or whatever where I guess on WWE's website it just says WWE champion and not Undisputed anymore. I don't know. Let me look that up real quick. But while I speaking on that, like I said, the match lived up to the hype that we had from WrestleMania of what we should have gotten. Okay, I'm wrong. Nope, WWE website still says Undisputed WWE Champion. They really need to drop that stupid ass shit.
So, well, fucking Heyman referred to Seth's belt as undisputed this week. It's like, first of all, neither of them are undisputed, but they certainly can't both be undisputed.
Right. Like, just say WWE Champion and World Heavyweight Champion.
That's how it always was in the Ruthless Aggression era, right?
Exactly. Yeah. One was WWE Champion, the other one was World Heavyweight Champion. Period. No need to overthink it. But, anywho, match ends. Cody's won. He walks off. John Cena's getting his flowers. Getting the adulation of the crowd. Good show. Everything's over. And then...
Oh, I could play it for you if you like, sir.
Well, you could have just hit the music.
Burn it! Oh, wait. Not that one. Sorry, that was night one. How can we ever raise the excitement higher than night one? Oh, wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this while you can. We have 4 months left to enjoy the greatness that is John Cena. What? Holy shit!
Oh! Oh!
Yeah. So let's not kid ourselves. Well, yeah, Brock Lesnar returned. And let's not kid ourselves. That shit shocked every fucking body.
Yeah.
In that regard, it worked. Because there was not a single rumor anywhere about his return. Now, maybe in retrospect, again, hindsight being 2020, maybe we should have seen something because there was virtually no talk about Brock Lesnar whatsoever. And then suddenly the week of SummerSlam, you got Daniel Cormier out there talking about Brock Lesnar's been blacklisted by TKO and he's never going to return. Why the fuck are you talking about Brock Lesnar out of nowhere all of a sudden? So again, hindsight 2020. But in that moment, my fucking jaw hit the floor. As did everybody else's in that arena and all that. Shocked the shit out of everybody. Now, after that, we'll see. But the moment did what the moment was supposed to do. The match itself was fucking phenomenal. You know, Dave Meltzer gave it a 5-star for whatever that's worth nowadays. But I had no complaints about this match. It was at a point where, and this doesn't happen too often, where I genuinely did not know who the fuck was going to win this match. Like, it reached that point after all the finishes and the potential. I mean, countless AAs off the freaking top rope, Cody Cutters, Crossroads, huh?
I think it was 8.
Yeah.
Attitude adjustment.
Just finisher after finisher after finisher after spot after spot after spot. And they just kept kicking the fuck out. This is the best match Cena's had all year. Cena definitely turned back the clock on this shit. I mean, we even had Cody doing heelish tactics by taking off the freaking bottom rope and laying Cena out with it. Mm-hmm. That shit wasn't enough to get a 3. It was like, goddamn. So, yeah, this match, chef's kiss, 5 stars. Like I said, match of the year candidate, definitely. Where you at on this one, Wayne?
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, definitely one of John Cena's best matches since he's been back. 37 minutes and 45 seconds. Holy shit. I mean, I got the night prior, we got, the Punk Gunther match was about 30 minutes long. So letting these guys really fucking cook. But I mean, the entrances were great. We had Cody Rhodes had this really another unique mask that he came out with. But what really got me was the John Cena entrance. He got the black and white background, and because he literally turned face the day prior. 2 days prior. So, what's he gonna come out with? Just that's what he's had us accustomed to right now. Just this black and white John Cena, background, and they got us there. They have it, and then all of a sudden, all the lights come on, all the different colors, and the crowd just fucking pops for it, man. Like, I think this is where I'm gonna start really enjoying his retirement. Because he's having fun now. Like, we know he's been having fun. Running it back with Orton, running it back with Punk, and, other guys that he's wrestled with before. Running it back again with Cody. But this was what a lot of people are saying, the passing of the torch. A lot of people believe WrestleMania 18 was the passing of the torch when Hogan... got defeated by The Rock. And then, then we had the passing of the torch of Rock and Cena. And now this is the passing of the torch from Cena to Cody. This match had everything, man. It was fantastic. It had all the finishers, and I agree, man. Like there was times where I was oh my god, like I can't believe it. Like I was like, that's it. There's no way he's done. He's cooked. And, and man kicks out. We even had the unique John Cena coming up out of the stage with Cody Rhodes on his shoulders, getting ready for the AA. Just the look on his face, he couldn't even contain it. He wanted to smile so fucking hard.
That was a cool spot.
That was a cool spot, right?
Cool ass spot.
We had pile drivers, we had Cody cutters, crossroads, AAs everywhere. We had broken tables, announce tables were broken, and finally, the crowd went nuts for Cody had to put 2 crossroads on him to put him away, and then he did a Cody cutter through the table. Like it was insane, all the spots. And to talk light on, I guess after we're done, then we'll talk more on Brock Lesnar. But Doyle, what do you think?
Like what I said with the TLC match, I did like this, but it's probably going to sound like I didn't. I could have done without so many spammed finishers and so many kickouts, and it just seemed like a bit much to me. Was it better than the WrestleMania match? 100%, yes. But that match was also fucking horrible. So it wasn't that hard to beat. I think Cena is definitely. I think it's real for him now. Does that make sense? Like I think going forward, the rest of his matches are just going to be progressively better and more fun. I think he shook off some of the ring rust. And B, I don't think he's as worried about surviving the year maybe as he was in February. So I think he can probably let it hang out a little bit more. Because there's probably only 4 or 5 matches left, right? So it's kind of like a leave it all out on the field kind of thing for him, hopefully. But this, the story just made no fucking. The heel turn was awful. The back to the face turn was pretty awful. Like I guess if anything, they saw that it wasn't working and they just said, "Fuck it, let's just have fun with him for the rest of the time we have him for." So I guess, if anything, instead of trying to come up with some contrived-ass thing, they just said, "Oh, I'm a babyface now. Everybody loves me again." So I guess instead of wasting more time trying to come up with some convoluted. When I said I sold my soul to The Rock, I didn't, bringing him back and trying to retcon all this shit. So I'm glad they didn't go that route. I thought the women's triple threat match was better than this. So I don't know if this was my match of the year, but definitely, I think somebody said the best match Cena's had since he's been back. Absolutely, it's one of the better Cody matches in a while. Also, I thought. So I know it doesn't sound like I liked it, but I did. I just didn't love it like you guys did, but I did like it very, very much. As for Brock. We'll get into Brock, I guess. Should we just start?
Yeah, let's get right into it, man. Come on, nobody expected Brock Lesnar to return. There was Dre said reports on other services that are just saying he's just not coming back. He's done. He's happy with never wrestling ever again. He has the money he needs. We've seen him take public photos of him with his family. He's out doing things.
He wasn't not wrestling because he didn't want to.
Right, exactly. We know that. We know they originally had other plans.
The report was that he was blacklisted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. This kind of gets what I was saying earlier about shock for shock's sake, which is what this seems like. Because he's still involved. Granted, he's not a defendant, and he has not been proven that he did anything untoward in a court of law, sure. But he is named in this ongoing lawsuit against Vince McMahon. If you read through some of those documents, it doesn't sound like he ever actually met up with this woman, but he did send her horrible text messages and did request and receive weird videos from her. And moreover, it's just this WWE, there's a whole company's association with these sex pests that just never goes away. You know, you have Vince, obviously, who has 2 cases against him. Linda is involved in one of those cases. But then you had Triple H, who was also, just that very week, the same week they brought back the guy whose credible accusations of sexual assault is standing up with the president, who is credibly charged with sexual assault, next to Bobby Kennedy, who is credibly charged with sexual assault, and with Lawrence Taylor, who's on the fucking sex offender registry. And every time the show ends, you see Lee Fitting, who used to work at ESPN. Why doesn't he work at ESPN anymore? Because he got charged with sexual assault. It's just like, what the fuck? Can we just say we don't want anything to do with these people at a certain point? I mean, Brock has been the highest paid performer, and he's still been under contract this whole time. He makes more money than anybody else to not do anything for the past 2 years, I think it is, that he hasn't been on TV. And it's just like, when can we just stop fucking employing these fucking people? You know, if he gets exonerated and they say he never did nothing, he had nothing to do with anything, fine. But until that happens, I don't want to hear from him.
Very valid. Very valid. Granted, supposedly WWE legal cleared him, quote unquote, whatever the hell that means. And even if they cleared him of any legal liability by whatever standard or metric they use, that still doesn't clear him morally or clear him in the public eye. And I think that's been seen in how it's as shocking as the moment was and as viral as the moment was. Since then, reaction to his return has been very mixed.
Yeah, I mean, they canceled the after the press conference after the show. You know,
because they knew good and damn well they weren't trying to hear them questions.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like Triple H ain't want none of that smoke from people because they learned their fucking lesson from the Vince shit.
Right, it feels like, like I said, maybe he didn't do anything, and maybe that will be proven. But maybe he did do something, and maybe it's a lot worse than we think. And maybe all that'll come out in this lawsuit. And if they brought him back, they're going to look even worse.
Yeah, like imagine that
they're going to look fucking horrible.
Yeah, like imagine he has an upcoming major match at a PLE or something like that. And then some new information comes out in that lawsuit that's horribly, indicting on Lesnar. That's going to be a hell of a bad look for them.
I mean, the shit that's in the court documents maybe isn't criminal, but it's not a thing that nice people do. You know?
No, yeah, it's definitely reprehensible.
I mean,
100% correct about that.
Did you hear that they brought Brock back to face Cena for his last match? It's gonna be on the same night as
that's the rumor. Well,
AEW
show. Triple H is saying, Cena wanted him to come back, and then Cena comes out and says, I never said that. I have no control over that. And then blatantly after the show and chanting, we want to cross, and Triple H goes, oh, you hear him? They're saying we want Brock.
You want him, you got him. Motherfucker, that's not what we said.
Yeah. I don't think it's his last match because that's not in December. I think Cena's last match is like the end of December, right?
Yeah, we got like 11 more appearances
27th.
now.
That still,
the show that they're putting up against AEW isn't that.
Right.
Although that's when Lesnar and Cena are supposed to face.
Yeah, that's what they're shooting for.
But that's not supposed to be his last match.
No, yes.
That would be a good discussion. Who should get Cena's last match? It's an interesting discussion to have. Maybe not right this second. Going forward.
My early vote would be Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
That'd be a great choice. I mean, I think it needs to be somebody that can use the rub and isn't gonna waste it.
The first thing you have to decide is is John going to lose or win his last match?
Well, yeah, that's
is he going to have his last match to go out on top with a win and a celebration, or is he going to use his last match to do what the old wrestlers did and go out on his back and give the rub to somebody else? Depending on that decision, I think that determines who you go for his last opponent. If he's going to go out on his back,
I don't think it should be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I think
hell no. He already beat the Undertaker's streak. I think that's enough for him.
Yeah, I think if he's gonna go out on his back, then I would vote Drew as his last opponent.
I think Drew is a great choice.
Yeah, because I think Drew should win. If he's gonna go out on the
guy
dub,
who can actually capitalize.
Right. If he's gonna go out on a win, fuck, I don't know. Because I feel like it needs to be a worthwhile name, but ooh. You pulled the Randy card already. You pulled the CM Punk card already. I don't know who the hell you have him facing a final match to go over with.
Yet?
Maybe a Gunther? I would say maybe Gunther.
I thought Gunther would have been a good one. Yeah. I kind of like that idea. Him being the one to put him away.
I don't know. Maybe a Gunther could be a good candidate for a final opponent if he's going to go out that way. Or maybe he just has a match just for the fuck of it. Like, it doesn't need a storyline, doesn't need a heel. It's just like, you. Like, he picks some young guy, like you. Give me what you got. You're my last opponent. And he just goes out there and just has a banger of a fucking match with somebody
like Carmelo Hayes or somebody.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, like a Carmelo Hayes or somebody. Mm-hmm. And he just gets the rub, and maybe Cena gets the win. That'd be a hell of a. Oba would be major. I don't be surprised if they did an NXT call up for Cena's final match. That'd be bold as hell.
Yeah,
but I could see like a Mello, somebody that could put on a hell of a match with Cena and win or lose, come out looking great. Just from getting the rub, that could be a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm really intrigued to see where this goes with Brock. How long they're going to drag this feud out? If this is the last feud? Like, I don't know, but
they're not even advertising. So they advertise two September dates for SmackDown. But it's like, really? Nothing for a month and a half. Like, it kind of seems silly, also.
Yeah,
and it just seems like we're doing a shock for the sake of doing a shock without even thinking about what comes next.
Yeah, because you got two basic part timers. Cena's part timing now because he's got limited dates. Lesnar been fucking part timing since 2012 or whatever. So how do you build up this match?
Yeah, I mean, it would be one thing if Lesnar said, like, grabs a mic and I'm coming back for you sometime, or, like, would we just get nothing for a month or two? Just doesn't even think much of it. They go, the crowd's going to go crazy. Everyone's going to be talking about it. Okay, great. Then what?
Right. We'll figure out the rest later.
Yeah, we'll see.
Also, sidebar.
Indeed.
Yeah, what else?
Not sidebar, but just getting back to the match itself. Fucking John Cena yeeting them goddamn chairs at Cody Rhodes. I laughed my fucking ass off when he threw them shits. Because he threw them shits hard as fuck, and I thought Cody legitimately fucked up his arm.
Right.
Oh, this match made me laugh out loud a couple times, like, in a good way.
I just wanted to bring up that moment because that was one of the moments where I audibly said, "Damn!" when it happened.
When to bring up any of you guys finish WWE Unreal?
I still have not gone back and watched the last episode yet. No.
Okay. Well, it's nice. It's a slow burn. I mean, like, because there's gonna be another season.
They already said they're bringing more episodes next year, which my guess is probably going to cover WrestleMania to SummerSlam, if I had to venture a guess, or maybe leading the build up to SummerSlam, and then it'll probably be SummerSlam into the fall. but it's definitely going to cover
SummerSlam
at least part of SummerSlam,
right?
Or the build up.
Yeah.
And you got to figure they'll do some kind of only focusing on John Cena kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
chronicling his last. If it's not the whole year, the last couple months.
I could see just a Netflix documentary on his
one episode
last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see either one episode of Unreal being just John Cena, or John Cena getting his own documentary. Season. Yeah, like his own documentary, like John Cena, The Final Time Is Now, or whatever, a Netflix docuseries or something. I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, I watched some of it. It's pretty interesting. I question how authentic some of it is. But then again, I think anything I see on a pro wrestling show, I just assume it'll work, even if they're telling me explicitly it is not. You know, some of those writers' room scenes, I think, are kind of put together, or for the cameras.
Right, that's it exactly. Yeah, it's some moments where it definitely feels like they know the camera's right there.
Yeah,
like you're not really catching an authentic moment like you think you are. It's like, here's the framing. All right, you stand here, and y'all talk about such and such, and go.
Right. Now, some of some of it is certainly authentic. I think Chelsea Green giving us a tour of her closet, I think is authentic, and that stuff is fun.
Yeah, stuff like that is fun, but it's not really unreal, quote unquote. It's just more of like a typical highlight.
And they even like kayfabe some of the influencer kid that got the shit knocked out of him at the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
they almost play that like it was legitimate. But it's just like, obviously this is not,
Yeah,
they played it off like it was a surprise or something.
Right,
clearly
like
it was
the closest
not.
behind the scenes you get of that is maybe Triple H when he's talking to Steph saying, "All right, y'all going to talk right here," like setting up like the shot.
Yeah,
that's behind the scenes, yes, but it's about it.
So I question some of the reality of this reality show, but it's fun nonetheless.
Yeah,
I liked it more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I'm pretty much of the same mindset.
Yeah, I actually enjoy it pretty much too. I'm waiting for the second season. I'm already amped up. I did watch last night. I watched it again, but I watched Happy Gilmore, and because now I knew a little bit more going into it, and I did see Nikki Bella. Like, she was in it. I was like, oh shit, you were in it a lot actually. Just no real lines. She looked like she was Becky Lynch's caddy in the movie.
That could be.
Yeah, and then MJF.
And Becky only had a line or two.
Yeah, really not even a big line either. So
and they hyped her up like she was third lead in the movie.
I know they did. I love it. I love it when especially as a heel wrestler, talking herself up like she had a huge part in that movie, and then you find out what it is.
Yeah, I can't wait till this Liv Morgan movie comes out and she has 2 lines in it. They made it sound like she was the star, and she's going up to film this movie, and she was back in 2 weeks. So like, she doesn't have that big a part. She's already back.
Right, and don't let that movie come out on a slow box office weekend and it fuck around and be number 1 or some shit.
Yeah.
Number 1 the number 1 movie in the world. You ain't gonna be able to tell Liv shit.
That's funny. Yeah, dude, that's all I got. I don't know. You guys got anything else you want to plug or talk about?
Nothing really of note. I haven't been checking out NXT lately, so I can't speak to anything that's coming up on Heat Wave. I need to get back on NXT though. It's been a while since I really tuned in. And other than that, like I said, I'm looking forward to Triple Mania.
I will be at NXT this next week. I'll be getting paid to attend.
Whoa, fancy.
Yeah, so look for me. Probably not on camera at all. They're going to Collision in a couple of weeks, too. They're Collision, and AEW is going to be at the ECW arena for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, AEW's been here twice. I have not gotten a ticket to either one of the shows.
Yeah, I've never been to AEW live, so this will be the first time.
Yeah, it keeps falling on days where my work schedule doesn't really work out, and even this SmackDown that's coming to Norfolk next month is on a. If it had been 1 week later, it would have been perfect for me because it would have fallen on my 3-day weekend where I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But nope. Instead, it wants to be on the weekend where I work that Saturday. And I'm not really trying to get off work at 6 o'clock, try to haul ass to Norfolk to get to the show, which is going to be hella traffic and all that. Then get off from whenever the show ends, get back across the water home, and then have to turn around Saturday morning and get up for work. So I'm trying to see if I can get somebody to cover that Saturday for me. And if so, then I will probably attend SmackDown.
Right on.
Yeah, right on. Doyle, anything else you want to plug before we go? Where can the people find you?
Oh, just on the Discord, and if you're being so kind as to give the Facebook page a like, I'd really appreciate it.
Dre, where can people find you?
Yeah, always in the Discord as always, and Instagram.com/PCW podcast.
Yeah, you can find all of us on the Discord. We've been having more and more people join, which is nice. We can talk about wrestling 24/7. So, all right, guys, let's get the hell out of here. We got Clash of the Castle in 2 weeks. Yeah. Let's do this for this.
Au revoir.
Yeah. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this while you can. We have 4 months left to enjoy the greatness that is John Cena. What? Holy shit! Oh my God! It's the Beast! It's the Beast! The Beast is back! Brock Lesnar! Brock Lesnar! Brock Lesnar! And that's Summerslam! Oh my God! Hell has come to the Meadowlands! Wait, it's been years.
Hold on, I'm looking at the look in John Cena's eyes. It doesn't look like he's ready to greet an old friend here. There's a smile on the face of Brock Lesnar.
Let's not use the word friend when it comes to Lesnar and Cena. This is a man that has beaten the hell out of John Cena over the years.
This is a man who is a walking hazard, a walking threat.
John Cena once called this man his greatest rival, his toughest rival, his most physical rival. And Brock Lesnar is here, and he's as massive as ever. The Beast has not taken his eyes off John Cena since he entered this stadium. He had to shed his jacket. He's taken off his hat.
This is a man built for one thing.
And now Lesnar into the ring. And Brock Lesnar with John Cena on his shoulders. Brock Lesnar with an F5 to John Cena. On a night when John
Let's be honest, Brock Lesnar was never coming down here to commiserate with anyone. A message has been sent, and everything we thought we knew about WWE just changed.
Wade, what I said is John Cena's got 4 months left, and it could be a nightmare. A man who has dominated this event has once again made headlines. The Beast is back!
You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch!
The fact that day in and day out, for almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
You are not ready for Oscar!
Because the Street Profits are up and we want the smoke.
You're next! Talk about your songs, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. New day!
The cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness here.
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show.
Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy.
Because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome! Those rotten bastards!
Bye-bye, bitch.